part of the meta really when you know, last summer, last year, and going for a nice save. It's Alakas already changing hands over and over and going close to the goal, but rebound, shot, Swift gets the 3, and there it is. 2 minutes into the clock. We have Swift with the 3-point shot. Taken back here on the rebound, Martin III, giving a little red an assist, I suppose, and will dish it in for their first 2 points on Alpha Ducks. And they back pass to Galti, one more up to the corner, nice passing play, one more return here down to Swift, backboards it, and what a series of passes from Fusion. That was gorgeous.
This thing's a little bit bad, a really good looking goal. Stun coming out almost disrupts it, but it goes into the hand of one of the other players. And finally now able to finish that one off. Frogio putting that one in.
Fortunately, see if that persists to pay off once again as they go down into the bottom here. Galti looking for the bounce delivery. One more, but actually snatched out by Stody. Looked like a pass attempt, perhaps.
That turnaround again, Alpha Ducks doing a really good job of forcing turnovers in their own time, but it is again right in the hands. And Frogio coming in on the goalie. And a little bit of floats.
Stody again.
Yeah, another good clear. They're going all the way down into the Fusion zone. Stacks are coming out, and it is going to be Martin III getting the hit.
Those opportunities, because they are a team, again, who is aggressive on defense typically, so if you miss those first shots, as that one goes in for a little rad for Alpha Ducks, so getting started right. Electric disc, grabbing it though is Ninja Knights, sends it to Stody. Stody from the corner pass over down to Martin, and there is a nice start here. Tough to save in any case, as a nice pass went through right here. Going for those passes are Fusion, maybe looking to go up, but no one diving on Swift, so he's just gonna put it in there happily. Really unable to get it clear. The defense is nice, but they're not able to get anything through to the blue side, so it's just staying here, giving Fusion ample opportunity for Swift to score again. A little bit of an extra buffer. There's still 6:10 left in round 2. Just a good delivery, nice and easy. You see both these teams really favoring these shoulder passes. That great contest again as Frogio. See, Alpha Ducks doing a great job with just punching out every one of these passes, and now saving that shot. Stody. Little Rad coming away with it, looking for the bounce shots. He will go to those sometimes, but another ding this time from Alpha Ducks side. And a tap, goes off Frogio's head. Not exactly the percent convert that shot. So again, off the post, another rebound here to Stody this time, and right to the goal, Lil Rad. Well, anyway, over here goes to Ninja Knights, and we'll pass it up to Lil Rad, up from the shoulder again. We've seen that gone to sitting better. I'm not just saying that. Those are the kind of passing plays that we're seeing from Fusion recently we haven't seen before. That one, though, is just bread and butter for Martin III. See, as that one goes very close to the goal. See Fusion make the more careful passing plays that they're getting a lot of in those first rounds. Right here, a very good grab from Frogio, saving that one. Maybe has a chance, but the Nest denying it. Gio playing a little goalkeeper, but taking it right back is Galti, and he'll bring it back to only a 2-point differential. So Stody does get the disc right back. Encroaching on that goal, but another save. It's time from Alakas. Does get rid of it, so we saw Froggy score if they can. Right now, again, the lid just on the goal. Neither team able to score, but that's about to change with Lil Rad from the 2-point range. So Alakas sending this upwards, but actually just being contested, held onto it for a bit long, but that's okay because the defense was actually out of the, but it bought Fusion the much needed goal. That said, Alpha Ducks here looking for one of their own, so there is the immediate rebuttal. It took all of 10 seconds. Angle, but still another rebound. A pass here to the corner, much better angle perhaps, as they go for one more pass, and that's exactly what they needed. Swift brings it back again. A point here. Up top to Alakas, drops it off to Frogio with a save from Stody in the clutch to maybe guarantee this victory as it goes to the other side. Finish for Alpha Ducks to convert. Fusion almost tied it up, but what a clutch play from Good morning, afternoon, and evening, everyone. Welcome to VR Master League Week 7. This is our Sunday, start of our Sunday matches here in the league with a European game. It's Quackheads versus Phantoms. In fact, we got 3 European games coming up on this stream. This is the first of them. So, on the caster's desk today, I'm Palidore, joined by SirDimwi. How's it going, and what you got for me today?
Excuse me. I should have cleared my throat before I unmuted. But yeah, no, this is a fun matchup here. One I'm excited to see. Quackheads versus Phantoms. Of course, Phantoms #1 over in EU. And they're going to be playing with Tor and Maddie, Sundance, and presumably Nillywick. We're still waiting on Nillywick to get here, of course. But they are walking in with a scorching MMR of 1320, an undefeated record, 13-0, with a 2-0 win versus Vibers, not Fibers. Vibers on Thursday. And then, of course, Quackheads. They're going to be playing with typically they run in with Gobshite, Flashflood, Irony Man, and Middleman. But instead, they will be running with Gobshite, Irony Man, Kanoki, and Your Mom 28. That is not a Your Mom joke. That is the actual player's name. And,
it can be.
Rostered subs. It can be, and I'm sure we'll have some fun with that during this broadcast. But yeah, these are rostered subs. They're not league subs. They're actually members of the team on the Quackheads roster. It's just a different setup than we're used to seeing here. They're coming in with an MMR of 1190, a record of 7-6 with a 2-0 win versus Team Gecko last Sunday. So yeah, as I've said, I'm obviously partial to Quackheads. Gobshite, one of those players that taught me very early on. So I'll always be given a little bias their direction, but also very curious to see what they're going to do against this team smashed. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I did it. Phantoms, the team of Phantoms here.
You did it. You gone done did it. But yeah, Phantoms, just a strong season. What more can be said? They are still, we're already past the halfway point of the season, and they're still the sole undefeated team here. At least with, I know there's been several new teams in the league, but among teams with more than 1 or 2 games played, they're just sitting right there at the top. For a while in North America, it was Kangarillas sitting on top. I believe they won maybe 8 or 9 straight before they finally dropped their first. But yeah, Phantoms just remaining here, undefeated, uncontested. Not to say that they haven't had some matches where they haven't been, scored on and haven't had it close. There were a couple times. A few weeks ago, they had a series against Vertigo, which, although it was 2 rounds, it was still another close one. I mean, the first round in that series was a 20-10 favoring Phantoms. Second round was 11-8, so a smaller differential there. And obviously versus Vibers last time around for Phantoms, they played them on Thursday. That series was 15-8 in round 1, and then 11-9 in round 2 for Phantoms. So again, close ones. So they're maintaining this streak, but they're definitely, they're not runaway, favorites to win every single game if they're not playing to their capacity. If they got themselves together, they're playing a normal game, they'll be, fine for the most part, I would think. But just on any given day, if another team they're facing gets hot and Phantoms aren't on the ball, they could drop said ball at some point. But until then, you just got to give them full credit for what's been a fantastic season. Dominant.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very strong team, this team of Phantoms. I mean, you don't go undefeated for nothing. Definitely putting work in. And this isn't even, if I'm correct, I actually don't know the details. I'm just spitballing. But they also compete over an Onward as well. Is that correct? Is that the same? Do you know? Is that the same roster? Because I know it's Phantoms.
I don't think it's the same roster. No. See, Phantoms are a esport org, and they sponsor some other teams. Onward is in their wheelhouse there too. One of the teams they have is Onward and the VRML scene. But yeah, so they have different branches basically of the Phantoms org. And over here in Echo Arena, well, it's these guys: Tor and Maddie, Sundance, Nillywick.
Good to know. Yeah, I actually wasn't sure, and I've been paying a little bit more attention to the Onward scene, just mostly out of curiosity to see how that all operates, and I was just noticing Phantoms over there, and curious, but never actually getting to see them play yet. So yeah, I had no idea who was actually if there was any transfers from one game to the other. But still, very excited to see this matchup, as I said before, especially Kanoki and your mom. That's gonna be fun. But Kanoki and your mom are both players. I don't know that I've seen either of them play with Quackheads thus far this season.
Yeah,
so really curious to see how they work into their roster.
Not overly familiar myself, so we'll see how that does go for them. Quickly, hello, as we do have Nillywick slip in here, finally into the 4th roster slot. Hello to the Twitch chat, all the viewers joining us at home or live or on the VOD. Either way, thanks for joining. See, not Kex and Rocktor in the chat. To Kex, by the way, asking, does the game Team Gecko get streamed here too? Yes, it will be a little bit delayed, just based on the start time of this one, but presuming that we have Team Gecko and Fusion waiting following this match here between Quackheads and Phantoms, we will indeed transition directly to Team Gecko and Fusion. So have those invite us before the stream even ends. That way we can slip into your match rather quickly. So with that said now, this will be the round 1 launch, and here we go. Your mom takes the it's going to be a long stream. Your mom takes a disc, gets it to Kanoki. And over here, Irony Man trying for a sling off the barrier, but getting it right back is Gaba. An awful lot of punches in close quarters. That was quite the dangerous start, but fortunately for Phantoms, they do actually get it off to the other end, where they find a open goal, but couldn't make the 3. So right back here to Nillywick, and off the backboard gets the shot. First 2 points for Phantoms. Addressing quick, Kex saying how much delay. As soon as this match is over, we'll hop directly into the lobby for Gecko and Fusion. So as long as we have the invites, we'll go right to that match. But if this match, goes to 2 rounds, then it'll only be a few minute delays. If it goes to 3 rounds, it'll be more like a 12, 13-minute delay or so possibly. But yeah. So as soon as this match is over, we'll join you. So Maddie will take the disc over here on the left, down the mid side, over to the other. They'll have another open 3, this time not missing, so 5 points for Sundance and Maddie.
Yeah, some good movement there from Phantoms, bringing that one in. Maddie to Sundance. Sundance not hesitating, taking that 3 from 10 meters out, and any hesitation there probably could have amounted to a save, as Quackheads was getting back to their goal right about then.
Yeah, and Kex saying, because he's asking us he has to go at 9 p.m. Well, don't worry then. We have a full 8 hours until it's 9 p.m. over here. But over here, the long shot does go in for Torrent. So after missing their first 3, they've made the last 2 in a row now, as well as that one backboard shot. So Phantoms on a quick beginning here.
And yeah, just to address that, Wit clarifying. But yeah, I mean, if the casters are going to be too late to it, your game doesn't have to be casted. You can play that in the time slot as originally planned. So if you guys can't wait, you just got to play it. You go ahead and play it.
Of course, and on course for 11 points. Phantoms, Maddie, another 3 in just the quickest succession here for Phantoms.
Yeah, that one fast enough. It didn't pop up that little info window, so I couldn't get the deets on how far out it was, but it was good enough for the 3, so at least 8 meters out. So well done there from Maddie to get that one in.
I mean, right here, Quackhead's trying to contest. Again, Phantom's just been having a stellar season, so only, 3 minutes into this match, and, I mean, 11 points, already halfway to a mercy, so we'll see how this unfolds. Quackhead's trying to just get their first goal on the board, but, I mean, it is so tough dealing and negotiating through this Phantom's defense.
Yeah, the Phantom's defense here has been incredibly disruptive for Quackheads, and even their Quackheads starting to get it through that mid, where Phantoms have been shutting them down so hard, but still forcing the turnover. So Quackheads, they're gaining an inch, but Phantoms are taking.
Oh, there you go. Oh, nice save, but unfortunate. It looks like actually Kanoki, I think, headbutted it seemed like. So there was a save there.
Yeah, your mom got the save.
And an assist.
Yeah, and an assist. That's why he got the assist, because he got the grab on the disc, and before he could get rid of it, Kanoki one way or another, accidentally got it into the goal there. So unfortunate. And, Kadoki's not feeling good about that one, but it happens to the best of us.
Yeah, that bit of an unusual happening on that one. Normally, you see occasionally teammates shooting it off their teammates' heads on the enemy's goal. We don't really see it in your own goal too much, so that was unusual, but definitely feels bad whenever those headbutts, accidental headbutts off teammates' possessions happen. So Torin does take this disc over here. We're 13 points now. It's starting to reach closer and closer to that halfway point of the first round. Quackheads still trying to get on the board.
And Phantom's doing a good job of keeping this one away from that forward check of Quackheads. Finally getting a stun on the player with the disc, but that one going all the way down to the open man, who just turns it around and, just wide of the goal. But a great opportunity there from Phantoms for that 3.
And Gob and Sundance both lobbing some punches at each other. Gobshite ultimately comes away with it. Does get a clear going into the other side now. There's a stack from Quack. Kanoki, but couldn't find the goal because there's 2 goalies already in the area. Defenders there going for a clear and boost into the wedge now.
You can tell they're desperate to get points on the board. Kanoki taking that shot under pressure with the 2 players getting back to goal. He had an open pass off to his left, so maybe Quackhead's starting to feel a little bit too rushed. There is still plenty of time in this game, just under 5. If they slow it down and collect themselves, they can still mount a comeback here.
And you can see on a lot of these plays, getting back quickly in the stacks, but very aware of the brawls. Quackheads are one of those teams in Europe who do generally favor brawling when they can, especially Gob. But all of these players really they favor those punches. They get the steal here. There's the aforementioned Gobshite getting that disc cleared, ready for his stack to maybe get back into it. Some overshoots, but taken back by your mom and not on for the goal though, because it's snagged out and cleared out by Nilly.
Yeah, and Maddie not seeing your mom there getting the steal and letting out a little bit of a yelp as it got away from him. And then, what a feed there from Maddie. Maddie draws out the goalie behind the goal, and that opens a goal up for Nillywick. So Maddie feeds that one to Nillywick right in front with both the goalie and the defender behind the goal looking at Maddie. That was absolutely masterful there. Way to manipulate the defense.
Absolutely. I always give just the utmost of respect and compliments to Phantoms dating back to last year as well. Even before the Phantoms at the time known as Ouroboros, because I was watching those games, but even before they were really cemented as the #1 team, I mean, they really were one of those who came together at first, not considered a top team in Europe, or the top team, I should say. Just they were right up there, but there's another good grab by Torin off the Nillywick shot. But they're a team who really came together and built that chemistry and kind of turned into a top team. It wasn't like an overnight thing, but they made up for their, I guess, the things that they lacked, they made up for in just chemistry and extra passing. Like, they almost passed excessively when they were known as Ouroboros, just to kind of make up for maybe, the lack of, I guess, the individual level skill at the time. And I don't say that as a knock on them, but again, it's just they built themselves up to now where they are legit individually top players. And now individually for a 3-point shot, it's Gobshite, assisted by your mom.
Look at the placement of that shot. That is a bullseye of a bullseye. I mean, that is dead center on the goal. So great shot there from Gob. And I also wanted to comment real quick on Quackheads. The play before this, the one that ultimately turned into Phantom's goal, they had a beautiful pass sequence moving it through mid, and we saw a little bit more of that on that last offensive joust they had. Just their passing, it kind of reminds me of well, I'm not going to go that far, but you see some really great passes from them, 1, 2, 3, 4 even, and then there'll just be one that goes
look at that anchor though,
right in the hands of Phantoms. But then that one, all Phantoms there, control all the way downfield.
You're gonna say it reminds you, the passing reminds you of a Nova, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna say that. Maybe.
No, it's I have actually commented on before, between both Nova and Wireless Jacks. There's some similar, like in terms of like the rollouts and things like that, and bounce plays. There goes a 3-point play by Torrent for 22, so we're about one point away from that Mercy situation potentially here, but I was going to say the European side of the Echo Arena's meta has always, they've had a lot more unique rollouts and passing plays like that compared to North America over time, and you are seeing some teams in North America adopting that. Now, whether it's on purpose or not is another question, but I've definitely just noticed the similarities on some of those unique launches. Now, in any case, Torrent will take it here with less than a minute left. It's 22-3 as Nillywick goes for a deep one. Here comes the rebound, though, with a bunch of time to spare. Going for an anchor. I mean, they only needed the 1 point, but still, for some reason, backed it out here. Either way, they're going to go for another attempt here. Less than 40 seconds remaining. One more shot, but it is absolutely clobbered. Torrent, that is clobbered by that punch, and it goes sailing out.
Yeah, it looked like they were trying to pick up the 3 there, and kind of bit them in the face as they're still, ever since then, they're struggling to get this one in, whether it's Quackheads getting in the way of it or them, their own shots getting in the way of themselves. They're really trying. And again, Quackheads stopping that, preventing Phantoms from getting that. I love this because, yeah, Phantoms had a really easy opportunity there when they first broke into the bubble and decided to steeze it a little bit, and now that Mercy's rolling away from him here, so well done there to Quackheads to prevent that from happening.
Yeah, and the players enjoying a laugh over that sequence as well in the in-game comms as Phantoms comes away with it. And you can see after that did get clear, everyone got stuck on the other side of the floor because of the brawls that I talked about. Quackheads just putting out the punches in bunches for sure. But
the punches in bunches.
Yeah, it was bananas, which also come in bunches.
This game is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S, right? That's what the kids say.
No. It's B-E-U-E-U-E-S. Not
Use?
Yeah, because... Never mind. Anyway, so let's go to the stats.
That was such a stretch.
Shut up about it. We read the stats, didn't we? I'm just going to sit here in shame.
Well, we currently have game-high points to Torrent with 8, followed up by Nillywick with 6, and then 3 points apiece to Maddie, Sundance, and Gobshite. Gobshite's points coming from that beautiful bullseye of a bounce shot over that treetop block. And then also notable, the assists across the board there for Phantoms. 4 to Maddie, 1 apiece to Torrent, Sundance, and Nillywick. And your mom picking up 1 as well. Your mom so good at those assists. But yeah, there's also 1 save apiece to Torrent and Sundance, 1 to your mom. And that is such low-hanging fruit. It's hard to not go there. I mean, it's literally, you're already there.
I know. Look, your mom was absolutely made for VRML.
Oh man. Oh, that's so bad.
Just made to be casted, if nothing else. Perfect. But off this, a second round joust here. Neither team hanging on to control for all too long as it gets sent to the other side. Orange side of the floor. Quackheads here trying to recollect. Again, you see those punches. A huge factor, no doubt, as Sundance does try and get back with that stack. And now able to get the open 3. It's a nice-looking shot with accuracy.
Yeah, great. I'm stuck right now on this your mom thing. I can't get, I'm starting to run through all the different ways we can have fun with that, and it's toxic. Palidore, it's toxic, and I can't even focus on the game because of how ridiculous that is. Your mom passing that one to the left.
Thanks, Europe. You've broken Dimwi. You're about to break me, too. Well, either way, Irony is going to take that away, and Maddie looking for that play as Kanoki does try and bother it. There's Gob and Irony getting right back, and your mom continues to float in the air. Off to the other side, it will go on that shot just off the mark. Nillywick trying to get that as well as Torrent. They do collect, position out, going for maybe a backboard pass. They do love to go to those ones for Phantoms if they can. Trying to cut it off, so instead they have to go to the shoulder. But taking it is Kanoki, but right back to Maddie. Good defense here from Quackheads.
Look at all the stuns coming out as well, and most of them coming from shields. So players being really aggressive right now. particularly Quackheads, trying to prevent this goal from happening, and they're doing a really good job of staving off Phantoms right now.
Yeah, they're not playing too deep on the outside of the bubble. You can see that lineup of players, and it just results in a shot here from Sundance. So almost the defense kind of getting frozen. 4 members all lining up near goal. But Sundance just kind of snuck away and got into his spot for the shot.
Yeah, and that was just beautiful patience. They're from Phantoms. They were having trouble getting into the bubble, so they just continued to work it around and waited for that that option to open up, and it did, and it was good for 2.
Yeah, good for a punch. Here's Maddie. Ramp shot as well, perhaps. Looks like it'll be a little bit too far to the right, so taking it is your... Anyway, over to Maddie will take the disc, and Sundance finding it at Bowtie. I didn't want to be a soundbite there, so I just stopped mid-sentence. But anyway, Torin missing that one. Nillywick still there for a rebound. They'll have another try at it as they have a nest pass and a bottom one available. Going for the corner. Torin couldn't quite grab it.
There's just more control here from Phantoms. I mean, even when they whiff on a shot, they get it right back. And again, I mean, it's another missed shot, but right in the hands of Torin. And now we're going to see this one finally working its way in. The feed there from Torin to Maddie. And that's the same thing we saw last time. They were having trouble getting in, and they were having trouble working it into the bubble. And every time they broke off, they were still maintaining control of the disc. They did it again there, and it ultimately results in another 2.
Yeah, their persistence here as your mom ducks under the stack. The persistence from Phantoms, a common theme as well. Even when they're not making every shot, you know, sometimes they're varying degrees of hot. They're not always online the first time, but the thing is they're positioned so well on the floor that they very, very frequently get it back. Now some passes here on Quackhead's side of the floor, trying to go through. Nice for a while, but ultimately a turnover after the eventual collapse by the defense. So Torin gets a disc in the back line, and everyone else kind of finding their way towards mid. All of the rest of the 7 players.
Yeah, Phantoms just absolute patience here, waiting for those pass options to open up, waiting for their teammates to get into position before even pushing it out. Especially since the forecheck wasn't all that aggressive, so it gave them time to set up there. And then now, Torin with a little whirly twirly as he brings this one in and stuffs it for the 2.
Hey, the fancy handles from Torin, dismantling the defense for the goal. That's 9 points for Phantoms. About 5.5 left still in this second round. And we do have the next match as well. Mentioned Fusion facing off against Team Gecko. So presuming that they are waiting, not aware yet, but we will get to their game right after this one concludes in the next few minutes, assuming Phantoms do take this victory. They're positioned to at the moment. We'll see how it goes, though. So now taking it back. A little bit of disarray on some of these passes. Quackhead's playing good defense in the midline. It's Kanoki and Mom. Now a pass going to Nillywick as the stack here for Quackheads gets back into the bubble. And now it will be just Phantoms playing that slow game, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, with a 9-point lead here and just maintaining this level of control of the disc, they don't really need to be all that aggressive. They just so they're going to sit back and wait for this passing lanes to open up in there. Looked like Nillywick stole that one from Maddie, but it ultimately works out as the goalie comes out to challenge Maddie as he drives in, and Nillywick ultimately creating a redirection for the disc there as he puts that one in for the 2, and now Phantom's up by 11.
Up by 11, 4 minutes left. Launching out here on the defense for Phantoms as a couple of Quackhead players go through. So they will opt for a deep clear that just takes a bounce off the bow tie that does ultimately give Phantoms a chance to get it back. So on the other end, some stuns at play. Torin with a disc has a Sundance looking below, just going above for the shot, but a very fortunate return on that rebound, and Nillywick benefiting for the 2.
That's a great shot there from Nillywick coming off the shield. Moving in, kind of floats, takes his time, waits for the opportune moment to send that one in, and he found it, puts it in for the 2. And that's another 2 there for Phantoms. Looking to win this one death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah, it looks like it. That's kind of the case. I mean, thus far, it's what, 23 shots for the Phantoms, as that shot is right on the line. Beautifully done there from Irony Man.
Irony Man with the assist from Gob. What a beautiful shot from Irony Man. Looked to be about, actually off of, let's see, he was a little over halfway, so about 37 meters out, 38, I would say, give or take. Yeah, beautiful shot there from Irony Man from deep for three, and that's the second deep three we've seen from Quackheads in this game. The first one coming from Gob.
Yeah, good shot on that one. Just got to squeeze it right through and managed to find it. Over here in the midline, more brawls going off as Sundance makes a deep pass to Nillywick. A little bit of a rough bounce, but again, this is why Phantom's another reason they have success. Look at that positioning. Even when sometimes their passes miss, they're spaced out so well on the floor that there's usually someone else on the other side to still get the disc anyway. And Torin will just go for the play here. Off the backboard, couldn't convert on that one, but rebound to Maddie will not be either, because your mom saves the day with a clear and a save.
Yeah, your mom with the perpetually talented hands there, getting the grab on the disc, and almost accidentally kind of pushing it into the goal plane there. Didn't have an anchor grab, and then got it out. But then, of course, yeah, that feed there from Maddie to Torin. Beautiful, beautiful, quick feed there as Torin gets the grab on it and getting stunned out as he puts that one in. Good for another two.
Yeah, good job there from Torin on getting the score. And Quackheads back on the offense, getting on this joust here with minute 40 left on the clock. That speedy launch, but instead it'd be a turnover. Torin going for the roll. Maybe he's on rebound after the intercept, but no, Nillywick slaps it as well, but misses that one. And back to Irony Man and Gob. But Maddie again, so the persistence gets them a goal eventually.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, death by 1,000 cuts. Phantom's not able to pull the threes too often in this game. I think they've had one or two. But yeah, it's just a boatload of twos coming in from Phantoms to push away with the score here with only a minute to go. 14-point differential. I mean, round two is definitely in the hands of Phantoms here. Let's see if Quackheads can put another one on the board.
Yeah, so with a light boost, the defense trying to get back for Phantoms, forcing this pass over to Mom and over to Irony now. Irony's going to be kind of pressured there at the bottom. Some more pressure coming in from Sundance up top as he battles for the disc here. Just slaps it back and has Torin there, but Gobshite's already prepared for the stun. Can't get the disc. So some more stuns come out. Sundance, no momentum, just forced into a tough clear that bounces right back to the mid.
And yeah, I mean, Phantom's doing a good job of just disrupting that attack there from Quackheads. It took him a minute to get control, and even with the dump in there. But now turning back over to Quackheads here, but 15 seconds to go. Yeah, I mean, this is round three has been like 90%. Round 2 years has been like 90% Phantoms. Phantoms control has been absolutely dominant. I mean, Quackhead's doing a good job of disrupting Phantoms in that bubble area. It took Phantoms, I don't know how many times to get some of those twos in. 2, 3, 4 opportunities before they were actually able to finalize on those. I mean, you look at the stats there, 31 shots taken. That would amount to 60 points if they were all threes, 40 points if they were all twos. So obviously a lot of those not actually making it into the goal. You got Torin there with the game high points at 12, which is a few in a series like this. So yeah, Quackhead's doing a really good job, really strong bubble defense there. But yeah, that control from Phantoms is just so hard to contend with.
It's very, very tough indeed. Gave you guys a quick look at the stats there, but just so as to not delay this match as well as the next one too much, because there is 2 matches in a row on stream. We're going to head to the next game. Hopefully we got the invites ready. So, yeah, it will be Team Gecko facing off versus Fusion right next. So very quick intermission here as we depart, and join us on the other side. Be right back. All right, hello everyone, welcome back. See, told you we'd be quick. Right back into this matchup. Our second one here in Europe will be Team Gecko versus Fusion. And on the caster's desk again, joining me, I'm Palidore, and joining me is SirDimwi. And what do you got to tell us for this one?
Yeah, this is that new European team, Team Gecko. They're going to be playing here with Not Access Real Time, who that is a roster player, the boss, and I've been saying Genie, Jen for I. I'm not really sure what other pronunciation he might be going for. If anybody in chat is aware of how Jen for I prefers the pronunciation of his name, but yeah, they're going to be coming in Team Gecko. Their MMR has been revealed. They're sitting at 1100 at the moment, currently 0-4 on the season. That lets you know just how new they are to VRML. That is, this will only be their 5th game,
right?
In comp so far, competitive.
Worth mentioning too for Fusion, because I was kind of looking at that just now, and at 1100 technically, but because their match versus Paradox was not confirmed actually yesterday. But Fusion did get their 2nd win. I was casting that, and that was a really fun game. Went to 3 rounds. Enjoyed that one.
Alikos, do you know when Palidore?
So yeah, so then we can essentially
asking about me joining, but I'm in.
He
Yeah.
left, but he said start when ready, like 5 seconds.
Like he joined and
Yes,
nothing inside the party. He's like
I'm-
spectating. But
I'm a ghost.
Yeah, Genie's explaining the actual situation. Because I didn't see you in the party. Yeah.
Just like,
That's yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
so yeah, Fusion, as you mentioned, MMR sitting at 1100, but with that win yesterday, potentially pushing up to the 1110 threshold. So their record is actually a 2-12 currently on the season with that victory over who was I already forgot who was it they won against.
Paradox.
Paradox, a victory over Paradox.
So Paradox is another one of those new teams to the European region, much the same as Gecko here. You know, several players haven't been involved in competitive play in prior months and years, but getting integrated here in VRML. So, yeah, Gecko is one of those teams, and as is Paradox. I think, from what I saw this morning, just briefly glancing over, it looked like we even got another new team. I'm not sure which region it was yet, but you know, just more new teams and piling up, as well as subs. It's really the last couple weeks between the new teams and the subs. We've been having a lot of new people joining.
Yeah, that was I believe that was Mirage. That new team, is that the one? They look like the most recently activated. That is a North American team.
Yeah, Mirage
consisting
is
of players. Sorry, go ahead.
one of them as of let's see, 6:45 a.m. A team called Watchin' Weebs. Great name. I feel I feel attacked. But
okay.
anyway,
Yeah, no, I see them now. That's they're a brand new team. Watching Weaves, Bad Elmo, Cryptic, Dave Stan, and Hamster Bill. Gotta be honest, I don't think I know any of those names. So I'm really excited to see their debut next week. And I'm not sure. It does look like they are European. I believe that's Blue Blanc and Netherlands. Okay, yeah, definitely another European team. So very excited to get another European team going.
yeah, absolutely. It's really good to see that kind of growth and participation here. The more of it, the better. Again, I always try mentioning too, especially as of late, with all the subs that we do have registered into the league now. I mean, if we can get some of those guys on teams, that would be great. I imagine some of them are subs for, you know, a reason, maybe can't commit to a full-time team, but I'm really wanting to at some point see if we can't get an effort going to you know, introduce subs to each other and see if they can get some teams maybe.
Yeah, I mean, because you know, despite, I mean, we know that some of them are there just because they can't commit to a team, or just haven't found the right team. But others, we can be confident in saying that they're there because they want to get involved and don't have a team and aren't sure how to get with a team. And so yeah, we're forgot. I have no idea where my train of thought was headed there, but yeah, would be very excited to see some teams made from those lists of substitutes.
Yeah, we got 46 now, so that's quite a lot.
Do you want to go again?
For sure, and it looks like we do have Swift back here for Fusion, so hopefully getting ready to start at any time now. and see for, again, Fusion, if they can come here and get their second win of the week, their third overall in the season. Would not be surprised necessarily because they've been really improving and making strides as a team as of late. We saw that yesterday. See if we can see more of that today for them. And for those,
definitely. Sorry, go ahead.
For those who weren't here a little bit early, oh, thanks. Not very often you hear a good luck, have fun, essentially, from the players to a caster, but I'll take it. Yeah, good luck. Have fun. So, yeah, for those who weren't here a little bit earlier, we also do have one more match following this one as we get started with our first round. And it will be Quackheads making their return against Smash Dash, and that's scheduled to start, in 17 minutes or so from now, so it might be slightly delayed depending if this goes to 2 or 3 rounds. But either way, we're going to try and get them all casted for you here today. So thanks for joining us as we get underway.
Yeah, and that's Team Gecko getting an early possession here. Fusion getting the win on the joust. But Gecko forcing that early turnover. Now trying to control it in here with some passing, but that one now taken by Swift. But yeah, some good early looks here from both teams.
Yeah, just missing the disc on that particular one. A quick fling gets right back to the mid line, taken here by Swift. Swift will line it up, going for a deep shot, but above the mail slot instead of in. The rebound not quite there. One more ding, one more grab, maybe one more shot attempt. Oh, all the maneuvers and the reverse dunk from Galti. That was dirty.
Yeah, that was a little steezy there from Galti, bringing that one in. And doing some jukes off the wall, off the backboard, coming in, pulling all 3 of the defenders out of position, and he's able to put that one in on the backside. Good for the first 2. He's on the first blood here in round 1.
Just somehow squeezed through all the players there, and then just the concentration to be like, okay, I'm gonna get creative and reverse dunk it. But right here, oh, a reversal on the shot is Alakos. A great grab and another clear. I feel like that's 2 or 3 matches in a row for Fusion where in the first minute as that shot just dings off, Alakos gets an immediate save. But Froggy right there, entertaining Dimwi highly off of a shot rebounded.
Did you hear? I assume you heard that? I assume everybody heard that?
Yeah.
Yeah? You're saying that like you didn't.
Oh, I heard it, yep.
Okay, yeah.
Comms are open.
That was a particularly interesting noise. So maybe doing a baby dinosaur impression.
Are you a baby dinosaur impression? Maybe a frog impression? Who knows? I'm not sure exactly who it was that said that. But I think you need to go get checked. Anyway, over here, Froggy will get that one and send a deep one from 3-point land, but couldn't land it inside the goal. So over by the wedge, getting stunned here is going to be Alakos, but Swift gets it right back. Back to Galti at the barrier, loses it off, and now into the hands of Kex, who gets the clear.
That Galti maybe not knowing where he was on the screen there, trying to pull the disc through the shield. You don't often see that too much at this level. But yeah, maybe thinking he was on the bottom side of the shield there. And now Fusion going to get another opportunity coming back to mid here.
Yeah, it happens every once in a while, but that one going off the top, so again, another ding. Very narrow miss. Fusion's had a couple of these where they're just so close, but hits the pole. So 4 points ahead here for Fusion despite that. Still getting back on the defense and getting the disc back first, going for a clear off that corner, trying not to send it down mid where it might be an easier intercept, but eventually it does get to the hands of the boss, 2-7-2 for Gecko before Swift takes it right back and slings it out.
Yeah, a little ping-ponging around mid at the moment. Team Gecko doing a good job of disrupting these passes and getting on those clears from Fusion. But then, yeah, now Fusion able to pick that one up. Another one of those 3 attempts just going off the post again.
Fusion almost, for as small as a target as that pole is, hitting that one with a lot of accuracy to open up these first couple minutes. Again, though, they're doing so good just on the positioning and the speed end of things. They're still getting a lot of rebounds to make up for any missed shots is the thing. So still helping their case here to maintain a lead.
Yeah, still a lot of time left. It's only a 4-point lead, so Team Gecko still could do some damage here. maybe mount the hill-sized comeback to take this one around one. But still, again, some more ping pong here, and another one of those long 3 shots from Fusion. That one taken by Not Kex at the goal. He sends it down to the open man at mid. The boss is going to try to make something happen.
Had a breakaway goal, but the defense does retreat. Swift actually swooping in there to steal it out of his grasp. There's the immediate boost from Fusion. Looking good on the speed right here. Galti maybe going for a little greed on looking for a 3, but not enough time. So eventually they find the 2, and there's Frogio up high, landing it in the goal.
Yeah, those are some sure points there behind the goal when you have a man up there, relatively unchallenged. Looks like the defender did see him eventually, tried to get to him, but wasn't there in time, so that pass was good. Actually, not a defender. That was the goalie seeing the man behind, so coming out to challenge him. So good goal there from Fusion.
Yeah, and Kex for Gecko. Gonna try and approach Fusion here. A cross pass, it was good recognition, but unfortunately cut off by the defender here for Fusion. They're going to have a breakaway, just a beautiful string of passes, and another hit on the goalpost. Right now, a magnet must be attached to it because for as small of a target as it is, it's just hitting it over and over.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, you could hear Galti, having some words about it, not happy with himself, missing another one there. Because we've seen that's probably the 4th or 5th now from Fusion. Go for those long 3s that are either going wide or dinging off the post.
Yeah, almost unusual to see that many dings. Again, not trying to throw shade or anything. It's just it's almost a rarity to see it happen that much because again, it's such a small target. But as I said, for Fusion, despite the fact that they are missing some of those shots, I mean they're just doing a great job getting the disc back. So I always am one to say that if you make mistakes, it's okay as long as you can fix them. And there's another ding off the post there, but as long as you can use that speed and the positioning to make up for those plays, get rebounds, get clears, interceptions, things like that. I mean, it doesn't really matter if you make mistakes because every team does. It's just how you react and respond to those that matter. And right now, Fusion, they're responding well because they're still up 8-0 here thanks to their recollections on the disc.
And Swift, after seeing so many of those long shots dinging off, Swift just kind of floats that one and just sets it into the goal to ensure that they get some points off of that drive there.
Yeah, and that's also what maybe they want to do here. If they can't convert on the 3-point shots, that's okay. Just get some 2-point plays. But as I say that, I gave him the nice, friendly caster's curse, and Swift makes a 3.
Swift now showing his team how to do it, saying, guys, if we're going to go for him, we got to make them. Let me show you by example. So he does it there from the tube, 31 meters out at 16 meters a second. That was a decent shot there from Swift.
That said, I do think it did, if I'm correct, ping the bottom of the goalpost still. But at least the good results, the friendlier results on the 3. That one will bounce into the bubble here for Fusion. And Galti with a nice punch, but Kex rebuttal and kind of giving revenge for that for his teammate. And Gecko is in position to maybe score here if they can just find some passing plays. So
and they're trying to get that disc moved around in the zone there, but that second pass bouncing off that geography there.
Oh!
Getting sent in, and another one deep from Galti, dinging it off the post again, but Alakos is there to get the hand on it and put it in for the 2.
Yeah, and smart move there. I mean, he had the open lane. It was a very deep shot from the opposite side of the tunnel, but just a wise move because he already had the stacks on the way. So it was either going to be a good-looking 3 or a good chance at a rebounded shot, which was the case there. So now for Gecko, Team Gecko getting back into the goal on defense as Fusion rolls out. We have Swift, made some 3s, but now makes the 2 with some ease and 15 points for Fusion.
That's actually a really nice goal there from Swift. That's probably swinging around behind the back. As he kind of pushes that angle on the goalie, it gets to the point. That's a shot I like to take, and one I hate to see as a goalie because at that point you almost expect that they can't make the shot from that angle and that they'll be going off the backboard. But that's exactly the point when you're coming in like that to kind of send it behind the back where the goalie's not expecting it.
Now, Axis right there had a very nice juke move just to step through the defender, but will not quite make that conversion on the offense. Still get it back briefly, but sending it into the bubble area again. Maybe actually will be grabbed here by Jen. He's going to try and work his way through. Just sends a directly vertical pass. Another slap one goes into the hands of Frogio. So Fusion does get the clear, but it'll bounce actually right back into the other side. But still, the stack's there, the shot there, they grab from the boss.
Some more ping pong now right in mid, going back and forth between each of these two teams. Another long shot there for Fusion, not on the mark. Now Alakos could move it in.
So 20 seconds remaining, a chance here at one last goal perhaps for either team. That grab from Axis real time, trying to get there in time for maybe one last goal. There's the grab from the boss, getting stunned however. Galti throws it down mid. Looking for something as a stack comes in, or boost rather, from Frogio, but just misses that first grab, and thus the window closes, but still a strong performance from Fusion, 15-0.
Yeah, very strong performance there from Fusion. Here in this round one, just looking at the game stats, possession time, kind of surprising. Fusion only up by about 45 seconds in possession, 352 to 307, but they do get a full 19 shots to 4 off of that possession time. So it's kind of the quality over quantity in this situation. But then over to the individual stats, you got the game high points so far to Swift with 7, Frogio with 4, Alakos and Galti with 2, and that kind of, I mean, you look across the board there. Swift, the only player on his team getting one of those threes. We saw, I don't know how many long 3 attempts there from Fusion, but looking at, I mean, just doing some simple math here, those are all even numbers. None of them multiples of 3. So, yeah, none of those deep 3s going in except for that one from Swift at that certain point. But also notable, though, Froggy with 3 assists and Galti with 3 assists. That's quite a few assists. And a bunch of saves across the board for both teams. 2 to Froggy, 2 pieces to Notkex and the boss. And then 1 apiece to Alakos, Galti, and Axis real time.
Yeah, plenty of good defense being played there from these players. Not a surprise knowing the roster. Again, not too familiar with Team Gecko's rosters of yet. I'm sure that'll change as we continue to cast them. That's one of my favorite parts of the league, really, is just getting to know some of the unfamiliar faces. But I am very well familiar at this point with Frogio and Alakos, and they're both very capable defenders there. Each match, they're always getting at least a few saves. Nice ones at that. Swift for Fusion here on this first joust, though, going to go in for the offense. Alakos just a drive-through punch on the goalie, capitalizing it on eventually. Swift does find the goal.
That was a pretty nice goal hit from Swift. It was almost basically a 1-on-4 as 2 defenders come up to attack him from the goal area, and then another defender trying to come at him from the backside. And then he gets a really steep angle shot there with the goalie in goal. I mean, that was a beautiful shot there, beautiful run, beautiful attack from whoever it was, Swift.
Swift, yeah, Swift got that one. In the back line, though, Axis playing way back there, getting the disc back, but sending it deep into Alakos' hands now because he's just as well playing back. They've got the 2-point advantage. They've got the 1-round advantage. We're here, engines starting up on the pocket over there as Galti gets the disc.
Yeah, doing some race car noises, and yeah, maybe Galti also missing some of the F1 action that I found out. There's actually quite a few league players that are missing that action at the moment. So maybe he's among them.
Yeah, maybe that's the case. Got to get maybe Echo Grand Prix started again soon. Who knows? But Gen 4 gets the disc, looks behind, checks, and sees Kex, and now tries to direct it to him, but the boss gets it instead. Gen now, one more pass. Beautiful 2-man game for the 2-point shot. Great passing from Gecko to get their first points.
And that was a great shot there from the boss as well. Genie bringing that one in, sending it to the boss high up on the goal. And the boss kind of doing a similar move to what we saw Swift do near the end of round 1. That kind of almost looks like a behind-the-back shot from that high, steep angle there. Kind of tricky ones for the goalies to read.
Yeah, being pressured by the defense here now, and a turnover to Kex. So Team Gecko, maybe a chance to get back and take a lead here if they play their cards right. That one will just be a straight instead, however. But quick hello also to the Twitch chat once again. I see Pyromane joining in there a few minutes ago saying hello, chat. Hi, right back. Again, we have one more match following this one as well. Maybe briefly delayed as some more revving goes through, trying to look for a shot angle. But yeah, so next it'll be Quackheads and Smash Dash following this. So be aware, as well aware for a windmill, but no, will not fill the goal. Just losing it instead outside, but rebound again, and that's been the story of Fusion here, the multiple attempts.
I mean, that's another one from Galti. Galti clearly having some fun in the game. That's a beautiful feed there from Swift to Froggia to get by the defense. Good for the dude, good for the two. But Galti maybe having a little bit too much fun as he's still looking at just 2 points on the board after I don't know how many attempts here. So maybe he wants to strap it down a little bit here, get a little bit more serious if he wants to get some of those points on the board.
Yeah, just
certainly not shade. He's definitely providing a lot of wonderful entertainment.
Yeah, and playing maybe a little loose because it was a very strong first round for Fusion. 15 to 0 there. So maybe coming into round 2 a little bit more loose. But as we know, there goes Galti, and he will go. So not really wasting any time on that one. Just did a little spin as he flew on in.
Yeah, I guess he maybe heard me saying that and really wanted to drive the point home that he can have fun. And of course, he's allowed to have fun. Also, Power Main in chat saying, ooh, new team. He recognizes them from pubs. And yeah, the Team Gecko, I think this is their 3rd week, right? This is their 5th game in Europe. So yeah, a newer team to the league, and definitely happy to have them.
Yeah, Team Gecko as well as Paradox. Some of those newer teams to competitive play, newer players. Frogio on the floor at the moment, goes for that bounce pass. It's covered very nicely from Kex, who intercepts and sends it to the other side, the blue side here. But there's Fusion once again. I mean, they are really on top of their stacks tonight, getting their discs right back off of all these clears, it seems like. So now off this casual back pass, it will be forwarded to the front line, but being stunned again. So again, Gecko, Team Gecko here, doling out some punches and buying themselves some chances here on the offensive line. So received by Alikos. Alikos dumps it off, and that will be another clear to the opposite side. The goal left open for maybe a 3. Gonna go for it. Too soft, though, and Jen takes it away.
Yeah, that was a kind of an easy one for the goalie to grab there, coming from the trench area. Had a little velocity, but anything coming from that far out, no matter how fast it's moving, unless it's breaking the game, you're gonna get an easy read on if you're just sitting in the goal waiting for it.
Waiting for it on the other side was Frogio, just way deep in the goal. Interesting that they don't really want to push forward, it seems like. I mean, they have the lead, so they don't need to be super aggressive necessarily, but you got to figure, too, with Fusion and their passing play over the recent weeks, if they can get some of that going. Would love to see it. Either way, though, some great defense from Fusion as they send it back into Orange's side of the floor. There's some good leeches going through. You see Jen contesting, but uncontested is Swift, and he'll just drop that one in at the front of the goal. So 8-2.
Yeah, 2 little mini games happening there at right about the same time. There was that little leech battle on the far side wall there, but then Swift able to get be the first player to the disc, and so kind of interesting to see the backdrop. You have the disc action in front with Swift getting there, but the backdrop of the 2 players kind of battling it out for position there on the way back into that Team Gecko zone.
So Team Gecko getting this disc back. Actually, Gen 4 gets himself a very nice goal off the brawl and a 1-on-1. That was a good play from Team Gecko and from Gen 4 specifically.
Yeah, actually, I missed a play. I saw Eris in chat there saying, hey, buddy. Nice to have you here. Yeah, I totally missed the play there watching the rebound. Oh, that was a good shot there from Gen 4 for the 2.
Yeah, just punched out the player from Fusion to get the disc, steal it right out of the hands and find the goal. So a good job to capitalize on off-balance defense. But on the other hand, there's Alikos in the goal. He's much more on balance this time, not wanting to concede other goals as Jen takes the disc right back. Gen 4 looking for the pass to the boss. And the boss trying to go to work, see if they can, but instead Galti takes it over. And there's the immediate stack from Frogio and Alacost, I believe, going deep for a retrieval. And if they can, they'll find themselves the goal.
Well, that was a good backstack there from Team Gecko. Not only did they get the disc to the disc first, but they stunned out the defender or the offenseman on Fusion to try to stop that from going in. But then there, obviously, Frogio, really good discipline by Frogio to keep that one behind the line as he sends it in from 8 meters out for the 3.
Yeah, good shot there. Great pass as well from Alacost, recognizing the long-distance teammate right up there near his shoulder, and just found him. So good passing play from them to go up 11-4. Less than 2 minutes left in round 2. Round 1 was taken by Fusion. And looking to close it out here with one more goal. Again, it's Swift with some more points. Looking good for Fusion, both today and yesterday as well. Bears mentioning he had a ton of points in the match yesterday versus Paradox. 20-some, I do believe.
Yeah, it's just a good goal there from Swift. Draws the goalie out, puts it in for the 2. But with a minute 20 to go, it's not yet out of the reach of Team Gecko if they can make something happen here very, very quickly.
Yeah, trying to do just that. A little anchor. The boss taking it off the enemy player. Couldn't find a shot, though, because the goalies were well covering there in the back. So, again, back to Axis. And into the hands once more of Fusion. They're just finding the disc off a lot of these stray clears and passes from Gecko at the moment. And there's the speed again. A pizza slice shot. Very nice shot. Galti.
That right there is a shot Galti has been looking for all game. He gets it finally here in the last minute. That was an absolutely phenomenal shot there from Galti, 11 meters out. Now, it's reading 13 meters a second, but I think that has to do with the fact that it dinged on the way in. So, yeah, I mean, that was absolutely just a really hot shot there from Galti from that steep angle on the far side wall.
Yeah, just slipped it right under the feet of the defender. So, great hit. And with 20 seconds left, one more hit maybe. If that goes into the goal area and they can get a boost. But Team Gecko, it will be Kex getting there rather quickly, but not as quick as the Fusion players. So Swift instead just taking it, getting it over the hands of the defense. One more shot from Galti, but there will be a goalie. So a headbutt play to save it and end it here. And it's 16-4 for Fusion.
Yeah, I mean, well played here from both teams. Look at that possession time. Team Gecko coming away with 5.5, a little over 5.5 minutes of possession time. Then obviously Fusion coming out dominant there with a 7:39, coming away from 29 shots versus 9 shots for Team Gecko, and then we lose all of our stats. So yeah, but well played there from Fusion. Very strong win here against Gecko. Gecko having some really good looks on defense in particular. They had some good some good pass sequences on offense, and certainly kind of thing, if they just stick with it, keep practicing, keep playing together, they'll come together really nice here.
Oh yeah, and you know what? I'm sure Fusion will tell them just the same. Fusion's been one of those teams that have had to really build themselves up and build their chemistry. It wasn't an overnight thing, and for the majority of teams that do enter the league, especially if they haven't done comp before and haven't done it much, but anytime you get a new roster together, period, there's always a kind of transition period and a chemistry building period. So it takes time, and I'm sure they'll get there. But for Fusion, I mean, they're just happy to get their 3rd win of the season. So congrats to Fusion on a successful Week 7, going 2-0. And that's, again, just happy for them. And, yeah, so we will transition now to the next match, our final match for this particular time block. It will be Smash Dash facing off against Quackheads. So Quackheads making their return. We saw them on stream about an hour ago versus Phantoms. And yeah, we're just looking to, well, for them, looking to maybe close this out with a one-on-one, but Smash Dash, they're going to be a tough test, no doubt. So we're going to transition to a brief intermission and get to the next game. So join us for the next one, ladies and gents. And as you can hear on the stream probably, that is my invite. So, all right, we'll be right back. All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to the stream for our third and final game of this particular block. Told you it wouldn't be too long. All these quick intermissions just back to back to back, but we're happy to be here. So I am Palidore, again joined by SirDimwi on the casting booth. Happy to be here and happy to have him by my side. And to, if nothing else, not only because he's really good at casting, but he's good at helping me preserve my voice. But I'm excited for this one. Quackheads versus Smash Dash. Seeing Quackheads coming back after their loss against Phantoms, definitely not, not a thing to knock Quackheads for, because Phantoms now 14-0 on the season. But Smash Dash, still a tough team, just the same. They'll be a test, didn't we?
Well, they certainly will be. I mean, Smash Dash coming in with that the MMR of 1250, a record of 9-4 with a win over Vibers on Friday 2 days ago, and then Quackheads 1190, but probably dropping to 1180 after that loss a little bit ago. Currently 7-7 on the season, sitting at a 500 record. So they're gonna want to get this one to push back up, but then now an early goal there from Smash Dash to maybe try to dash those dreams.
Yes, Slin had a lot of time to line that up. You see, he got the breakaway off of a good boost, checked behind him real quick, and just lined it up. And Slin is a absolute sharpshooter, no doubt. So, not surprising to see him make that and get Smash Dash on the board first. So, good job. As your mom rolls out.
Martin the Third in chat asking who is your mom 28, and honestly, I don't know if he has any other accounts. He is registered on the VRML website as your mom 28. So, yeah, not much more we could say about it.
Not much more, except a good pass here to Irony Man, but couldn't quite convert the goal. Ding off as it slings off into the other end, but who's there? Your mom. She gets a disc. He gets a disc. I don't know, he or she, whatever. Goes to Irony Man. And will duck on through. Nice move for a duck and a pass to Kanoki, but gets smoked and now cleared out into the midline.
Some good bubble defense there from Smash Dash. As they do get the chain down there first on that clear. Sendo is going to put that one in for the 2. It pushes Smash Dash lead to 5.
Some quick goals there for Smash Dash. Just a minute and a half into this first round. Sendo target that time coming through with it. And now launching is Quackheads. Will be Mom with a disc and a gentle pass over to Gob. Trying to stack up and just position out. You can see the triangle of sorts at play here in the midline, trying to evade that stack. Oh, but look at that. Just gets absolutely collapsed upon as that shot goes off. So Dage does take this one and actually gets the goal, kind of anchoring down, finds the 16 meter per second shot. That's 7 points for Smash.
Yeah, solid goal there from Dage. Just to address Power Man in chat, asking about the badges and whatnot. Technically, you only have to play in one match to qualify for the badges, but the badges currently released in the game are only for preseason. So in order to get that, you would have had to have played in preseason. But if you played in Season 1, at least one game, presumably those Season 1 badges will probably go out after preseason, I imagine. This is purely speculation on my part, but I imagine Rad would prefer to do those in batches instead of having to keep up.
You know what else is in batches, Dimwi, is another shot from Smash Dash, 9 points, this time courtesy of Dage.
Yeah, that was a great tap there from Dage. Put that one in. Slin sending it into the bubble. I'm going to have to watch this one on a replay. Yes, Slin sending that one, bouncing it off the floor, and then Dage getting stunned out the moment he got the touch on the disc. So great grab there from Dage to put that one in for the 2.
And Gobshite taking this disc. The stacks here really bothering Quackheads in the mid-line. So far, that's 3 possessions in a row just about. Take that back. But finally, able to actually cross that mid-line. It took them a while, but it's still hanging around here, trying to get control of it, but just making it very tough thanks to that forceful defense from Smash Dash.
So a lot of stuns going out at the moment. Both teams play really aggressive here, trying to force these turnovers. But it's still in the Smash Dash zone here, bouncing around. See what happens.
Yeah, let's see. There will be a clear, trying for maybe a boost afterwards, but knocking it off on the tunnel edge. Taking it away now. Your mom gets it, but then loses it. And it will be a wedge, upper wedge grab here by Street Boo. So over to the other side, be taken first by Dage, has an open lane, hits it, all in a smooth motion, just very quick. The grab, the anchor, the shot, and boom, there's a dozen points for Smash Dash.
And that is 7 unanswered points there for Dage now, 2, 2, and then 3. And yeah, it's a great shot there from Dage. He came in, he got there first, had defenders around him, does a little juke off the that frame block and puts it in, and now Slin.
Ooh.
Oh, Slin with the stun and the steal, and then putting in for another 3, and now Smash Dash is up to 15 here with just 5 to go.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, just Quackhead's having a very rough going of things on their own side of the floor. All these jousts, Smash Dash is just covering very well and causing these turnovers. And then Slin, as I said earlier, there it is again. I mean, Dage almost getting the steal, but right back. Good reflexes there from believe Mom, maybe Gob. Either or, though, they're going to spread out the floor. Looking for a good pass here to your Mom and back to Irony Man. Has Gob over there in the bubble, but just a tough bounce will result in at least some delays here on that offensive play. And finally, Slin gets the clear.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. They definitely have the players in position and some decent passes going around, but then that turnover. And now Smash Dash looking to put another one in. But no, this one getting sent all the way back out to mid. And all the way down into the Smash Dash zone, so another race.
So a little bit of mishandling there as that goes really close to the goal. There's Kanoki trying to get the disc back, could not. Over on the other end, retained here and sent out by Street Boo. Some good contest going on through. That one's going to go pretty close to the goal, but not too much of a threat for a score yet. But just as I say that, that shot's going to sail past into the rebounded hands of Mom, who gets a clear down mid.
So you got some ping-ponging going on at the moment. Quackhead's doing a good job of disrupting Smash Dash, preventing Smash Dash from getting any more goals yet in the last little over a minute yet. So yeah, Quackhead's is, feeling the fire and trying to make something happen here.
So going for a pass over to the cross on the wall, taken back by Dage though. Nice job on the brawls. The look on the shot was a little too much to the left, but leaving no room to really maneuver much as Slin with those punches, so they force the quick dump off into the mid lane, and will actually be taken back here by Irony. So a lot of back and forth possessions as some punches go off yet again, as well as a bounce shot into the hands of Slin.
I think Gob was down there. Had Slid not gotten the hand on it, Gob had the trajectory to get the grab on that dump. But then Slin now playing both sides of the arena, getting the grab, and then ultimately getting his really Slin should get an assist on his own goal there, as he's the one who sent it down and then gets the rebound off that back wall and puts it in for the 2. And now Smash Dash only 3 points away here from Mercy in round 1.
Yeah, I mean, I think Smash Dash was favored in this match, certainly, but a little surprised that Quackheads haven't been able to score here, but really, again, we see it here. Stifling defense in the orange side of the floor. Every time on these offensive jousts, Quackheads are just having trouble getting it through. So maybe wondering if, just in this off time, this intermission as this round does come to a close, if they can take that time to maybe figure out some different rollouts they can incorporate, or just how they need to adjust and accommodate for this. So Gobshite takes the disc, gets it knocked loose. Dage takes it away, and then Gob right back as it gets sent into the tunnel, or outside the tunnel, then back in as Mom takes it away. And now a shot going to be taken away by Street Boo, but also couldn't let it loose. Kanoki trying to recover there, and again, off the wall, off the bounces, it's just kind of going all over the place. Not a lot of time to work. Well, they have time to work with, but not giving themselves a lot of time based off these some of these rushed ones.
And Gob dumping that one down, I would have assumed that was a pass attempt, but nobody in the area and it bouncing off, and then I didn't quite catch who it was who got the hand on it, but they sent it all the way back down the Quackhead zone, so Quackhead's having a reset again here with only a minute and a half to go.
Yeah, and back it goes into the opposite side for Smash Dash. A minute 20 remaining, taken by Street Boo. And Street Boo going through the mid area, always kind of a risky place to clear it sometimes, and that stack just looming, able to collect it. So nice job from Quackheads, looking to get on the score sheet finally with a good passing play if it can, but just off the pass, a little too much behind his man, and it will be a clear, and some more boosts coming in from Smash Dash as a result for a possible open 3. And there it is.
as who was looks like Irony Man did get back in time. And that one bouncing off of his head into the goal there. So Irony Man definitely, he might have gotten a save, registered save off of that, but still a 3 nonetheless, as it was a headbutt. So it is going to be a mercy here, 20-0 mercy, a shutout mercy here, first smash dash in round 1. We can look at the stats right quick. What's really, really interesting is Quackheads have a full minute of possession time over Smash Dash, 336 to 233. That's notable, particularly when you look at shots taken. Smash Dash with 11.
I think it's interesting.
Smash Dash with 11. Quackheads with 6, a differential of 5, despite that 1 minute deficit on possession. And it just kind of shows you how quickly Smash Dash is able to turn those turnovers and possessions into goals.
I think it's interesting though, like how on the possession time too. Obviously, I mean, you add those numbers up. I mean, only have 5 minutes and some seconds, or close to 6. So that's a lot of, I mean, 4 minutes essentially of just those ping-ponging possessions where you have the clears, the boost, but not really a lot of people holding on to the disc for terribly long.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, that's what we saw a lot of ping-ponging, particularly around mid, and particularly around the bubbles. Both teams doing a good job of disrupting passes and intercepting and forcing turnovers. So yeah, I'm excited to see round 2.
And round 2 will begin. So Slin gets there with a clear, trying to find the bounce, but instead Gobshite takes it over, goes into the pocket, but there's the stack immediately recollecting for Smash Dash and losing it to some punches, but again, they have backup there with Street Boo able to get that, and there's a secondary stack already on the way. They overshoot, but going for the drop-down grab, it's Street Boo as all the defense retreats into the bubble here for Quackheads, and resetting now over to a Sendo target. Sendo going for that pass to Dej, and Dej, nice efficient shot there with some speed. Another one of those things, only 8 meters on the meter, but a bit faster just off the ding, I suppose. Took some speed off of it, but that was a zinger of a shot.
That was a fantastic shot. The placement of it with the goalie in the goal, he hooks it around the goalie and dinging it off that post. I mean, that's playing the edges of the goal masterfully. That was a beautiful shot there from Dej.
That's what you got to do sometimes against these talented goalies in Echo Arena these days. They really do force you to shoot at those extremes and those corners and really play those margins. And sometimes it's tough. I mean, they're tougher shots to make, but against certain goalkeepers and certain defenses, you really do have to play very precisely and just not shoot it directly at their bodies. Right there, just going right for the body. That is the save. Looks like Street Boo kind of waving his hands, thinking maybe they got the save, but it will not be the case as Your Mom 28 gets the goal.
Yeah, great shot there from Your Mom. It brings it in underhand and puts it in from 3 meters out, 60 meters a second. It's a hard one to save from that close in. But Your Mom does it nonetheless.
Yeah, she does. But over here, Slin has it stolen from Your Mom, so that's not nice. I thought parents are supposed to teach their kids not to steal. Either or, though, Street Boo gets it right back and sends it to the other side of the floor. Bounces right back to Gobshite. Gobshite's contested, but his teammates had his back, punching out Slin at the same time. But Dej just swooping in for a steal again, and another clear play into the secondary stack. There's the boost. Here's the rebound, and here is a save from Gobshite. What a grab!
Yeah, that was an important grab there from Gob. That would have given Smash Dash the lead here in round 2, but Gob with the save, maintaining this tie game here with 7.5 to go.
Yeah, so again, 2-2 tied up. That may be about to end because Sendo has the open goal, and just in that upper corner gets the 3.
Yeah, it's a great shot there from Sendo. Target from 21 meters out. He was kind of moving, we should say, laterally relative to the goal there. And you can see, he adjusted for it, but just enough as it just kind of goes in on the side of the goal there. But a great shot nonetheless, good for the 3. And now Smash Dash up to 5 here, up by 3.
Now Quackheads right there do eventually recollect the disc. There's Gobshite with a soft one. Over to Irony Man. The positioning taking place, some brawls going through. They're just trying to get it going here and maybe come back with some scores of their own, but Smash Dash really being bothersome, pesky, and there's the stacks again, but another overshoot, but luckily Slin is there to line it up, and not quite the save. Irony Man nearly got there in time.
Yeah, he really did. I mean, watching it on the delay on the Twitch there, he has the hand out. He's in position, hands in the right spot, but yeah, just not quite in time. So good shot there from Slin for 3, and now Smash Dash up by 6.
Yep, pretty much a fingernail away from being able to get that save. So tough for Quackheads, but still, we got the offense going now and a chance to score. But again, the Smash Dash, you can see they're really aggressive at the moment in some of those passes. This one going to be taken by Slin. So really, they're playing very high up or into this mid lane. The Street Boo couldn't make the shot. Will bounce right back to the oversail, actually. So into the Smash Dash side of the floor where the stack does collect it back for a Sendo target now. Sendo going for a bounce pass and nicely getting that over to Daze, trying to make a play. Instead, maybe just a pass to himself. Why not? Now Daze coming away and trying to bait out the defense a bit. They got the lead. They got 5.5 left on the clock. Got some time to spare as they go for some more passes, just missing the catch, but rebounded by Slin in the right place, right time.
Yeah, that was a fortunate bounce there for Smash Dash. It got by 2 of the defenders of Quackheads, which allowed Slin that opportunity to get the grab on it, put it in for the 2. And you know, that's kind of you know, that's what makes a winning team, winning opportunities, is getting the opportunity and making something happen with it, as Slin does there.
So into the midline, and yeah, Slin just very skilled player there. I mean, he gives, usually on Smash Dash and whenever they're playing any team pretty much, he's normally going to be leading the way in stun department. But he really buys a lot of extra opportunities for his team. He's really good on the positioning and just basically doing what he needs to do. You know, as good as he is on offense and as well as defense with brawling, he's pretty much one of those puzzle pieces where you know, he makes the teammates around him a lot better just with his play. Right there, Daze. Oh, what a save from your mom. Gets it through, but then on the rebound, Daze taking a page out of Slin's book for a rebounded goal.
Yeah, that was an absolutely phenomenal save there, and I just unfortunate that the stun and then Daze getting the disc back and putting it in on that far side, on the backside, and yeah, well played there from Daze, but yeah, notable save initially from the goalie.
I can't wait until the week 7, as we do get a crash here from Smash Dash, it would seem. So goal incoming, maybe. Quackheads, oh, just reaching, gasping, and couldn't get the grab. So instead, it'll be a clear.
That was an unfortunate missed opportunity there from Quackheads to put some, let's put a couple more points on the board. They will get another opportunity here. As you played till the next goal or 40 seconds? We're about 20, I'd say about 25 seconds through that currently. So really imminently now, Smash Dash can push for that restart. Then again, they might be the team to get the goal here, and they do in a 3v4 disadvantage, kind of with Quackheads on the power play. Short-handed there, Smash Dash able to put that one in for the 2.
Yeah, and at the same time, they also get their 4th back, so no harm done. If nothing else, they just built upon their lead a little more. So 14-2, under 3 minutes left. And it will be a launch out from Quackheads, getting it to SirDimwi and right across, but cut off by Daze. So Daze and Slin all over the floor tonight with those grabs and the goals. So it will be Slin sending it to Sendo, just past his hands, a little too high off the bounce, so instead a clear. There's the boost, there's a nice leech from Street Boo, getting knocked by the Geo though. Gobshite takes it over, sends a 3 that actually does go into the goal, right past the hands of that defender.
Yeah, there are 3 defenders around him, one kind of angling up near that crow's nest. The other one playing more of a play on the disc, but it goes in the hands of Gobshite. Gob sending it in with the defender back, almost in position to make a save on it. So you know, if Gob had delayed at all, any hesitation, the goalie would have been there to make the stop, but he doesn't hesitate. He puts it in for the 3, and now we're within 9.
And a good initial duck by Slin, but your mom was there for the read and got the punch after all. Daze, though, coming right back for the male slot, trying to get that delivered, but couldn't quite. So Gobshite takes it away and clears it with all his might as they go for a flight and they ignite. But no, Dej again, a great save. These European players are just amazing on the defensive end. Again, you don't see so many head-on goals like that very often, except when I'm doing these casts. Another one tapped out there, and finally a goal, but what a great defensive stand.
Yeah, good read there from Irony Man. He was kind of waiting up on the outside of the bubble there, and then with the challenge from the goalie, it kind of filters, trickles back out towards the edge of the bubble, and Irony Man is there to get the slap on it, to put it in, and now we're within 7. With only a minute left, it's going to be Quackhead's going to have to do something very, very fast if they want to stay in this.
Yeah, it's really going down to the wire here in terms of comeback opportunities. 44 seconds remaining, so Smash Dash just looking to close this off in the 2 rounds, perhaps, as we get a lot of evasive maneuverings, going for directly that vertical pass right back. 2-man game now developing into some triangle plays, but that triangle is absolutely cut off there by Kanoki. Is that deep clear is going to rebound into maybe their stack, give them an opportunity to at least score once more. But I think at this point, yeah, time just running out as far as comebacks. So Smash Dash will come through with a victory in the 2 rounds.
Yeah, with only 10 seconds left, this is a short victory here for Smash Dash after taking it in round 1, 20-0. But notable here that Quackheads in game 2, after getting shutout mercied in that round 1, they come back in round 2, and it's only a 7-point differential here. That's a 3-goal difference between the 2 teams, 7-14. That's a hell of a performance there from Quackheads in the second game, particularly after that first. So yeah, well done there from Quackheads. They do have again, they kind of lead in that possession time. When you look at as I pull that up, 6.5 out of 5, 18, 55%, 45%. And they did come away with a lot more shots in that round too, 14-18, kind of catching up there. But the game high points there to Slin with 13, Dej with 11, Shripu with 2, and then Gob only coming away with 3, Your Mom and Irony Man coming away with 2 apiece. And then saves also notable. You have 3 to Your Mom, 1 Irony Man over on Quackheads. Then 2 apiece to Slin and Dej, and 3 to Shripu. And yeah.
You know, I'm looking forward to the highlight compilation of Your Mom from week 7. Someone make it.
Somebody would definitely get a few views off of that if they put that together.
Anyway, continue with the stats, but I'm entertained.
No, I mean that kind of fills it out. I mean, you got several assists across the board there on Smash Dash, 1 apiece to Dej, Shripu, 2 to Slin, and then a bunch of stuns there. You got 44 stuns to Slin. So Slin playing particularly aggressive in this game. Your Mom with 32, so Your Mom also playing somewhat aggressive with Kanoki there on Quackheads. And now they were kind enough to leave the stats up for that long for us. We do appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure.
As we wind down here.
Yeah, always appreciate that for sure. Was a good game from Smash Dash, and you can hear both at the end of the game and even right now. Good sportsmanship all around. So happy to cast these players and these teams and watch these games. So that will conclude this particular block of matches. But we do have some more on the way this Sunday. Not as many as usual. We were kind of talking about that a little bit earlier before the stream started, me and Dimwi, and it's nice in a way. I think because maybe of the current global situation, people indoors more. We had a very nice spread of games over the last 3 or 4 days. So normally on Sundays, I mean, you have these schedules where you end up seeing 10 to 15 games on any given Sunday, but a lot more spread out, and that's good because we can ideally cover more games that way.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how it works out, so yeah, not as many games as we're used to doing on Sundays, so it kind of feels like we're taking it a little bit easier today. Usually feels like there's some scrambling to try to get names on and the coordination to kind of figure out who's doing what and when and on what channels and with who, and this today can take it a lot easier. Not a whole lot of overlap either. There's one later on, Illuminati and Spaghetti at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central, and then there's no team and Nebula at 7:45 Central. That's the only overlap we have all day.
Yeah, and a challenge match.
Nice to see.
Maybe I cursed it in the Discord because I was talking about we don't really see too many challenge matches often. Maybe one a week, maybe two on a good week. I believe this is our third or fourth this week, if I'm correct. I mean,
yeah, there have been a few.
1, 2, 3. Yeah. Look, looking down at it, this is at least four challenge matches this week. So a bit of an increase there. I'm not complaining. I like to see it. It gives a little more diversity. I know Nova was one of those challenge matches. I mean, gives us a more diverse cast sometimes. You can see some matchups that otherwise maybe wouldn't happen at times. But,
and definitely, I think we'll start seeing more of those challenge matches as we get later into the season, as teams are starting to realize that where they're liable to end up at the end of the season in those rankings, and definitely want to get a little bit more of an edge over the competition. So they play those challenge matches in hopes of the kind of gambles in a way of hoping to get a win out of it and to improve their MMR situation.
Yeah.
Before we go into the postseason.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll see how that unfolds. Still have several weeks to go, but yeah, that's something to look forward to. Now, one thing that we can definitely look forward to in the immediate future. Well, look at this. In less than an hour from now, in about 56 minutes. So at the top of the next hour, it's Kangarillas versus Flare. Now this is going to be quite the match. And why? Well, because Kangarillas, they were undefeated rolling into that first month of the season. And who was it who handed in their first loss finally? Flare. So this is a much anticipated rematch between these two teams. And see if Kangarillas can get a little bit of revenge against this what has been just a mighty hot Flare. I'm going to click on their page here and just take a look. I mean, the record on the season, 10-5. We can scroll down a bit and see, their start to the season. Now, a little bit up and down. They weren't looking like their preseason selves at first, but then as we got a few weeks into it, they started really putting it together.
I can tell you it was the game they won against Illuminati. Mm-hmm. That was the game where their dominance started. They've only lost one game since that win over Illuminati. I think the last I checked, they're 7-1 and 8.
Yeah, I got it for the viewers right here. You can see all these green arrows next to the Flare's names on all these matches as over the last several weeks now. I mean, yeah, since that Illuminati game especially, but even a little bit before that too. I mean, really, it's just they have a lot of impressive wins. You can't deny. I mean, 40-14 on the likes of Illuminati. Even the one they went against Kangarillas, it was actually they had lower score total, but they still won the match overall. And just testament to how close that game was and how clutch the performance was from Flare. I mean, beating teams, other gold and master teams. You have Milk in there. I believe towards the lower gold area. You have Joker, obviously the #1 team rank-wise. Infinite. I mean,
Yeah, I think Joker was the only game they've lost since that went over Illuminati.
Yeah, and it wasn't a blowout by any stretch. I mean, they kept it very close as a thing, and only lost by 9 points total. So that's what I mean. Flare has really come along, and it's not a surprise anymore. As I said in the last cast, they're not underdogs anymore. They're Flare, and they win.
Yeah, and they pushed up to third place. They earned that position, and they deserve to be there. So yeah, can't really look at them as underdogs anymore. They're definitely a master ranked team.
Yep.
They've earned that title, and from here on out, that's how they're going to be seen. So while it's nice to see, they've also set the standard to a point where that's kind of where everyone's going to expect them to perform from here on out.
Yeah, and as I often say, not that this is my quote, it's a fairly regular one, but in sports, it's one thing to be on top and get to the top of the mountain. It's another thing to stay there. That's the true test, and it's harder than ever these days to do just that. So looking forward to that match. But until then, I've been Palidore. This has been SirDimwi casted next to me, and this has been VRML, the conclusion of Week 7. So until our next match is coming up again in about 52 minutes now, we'll see you real soon. Have a good afternoon. Be safe, be clean, and social distance or physical distance, either or. Anyway, have a good day.